start with this gameplay, I want to show you. Um, so I'm playing duos with my partner Nick. He's on console, and the reason I want to make this video is to show you how, um, just to get overall better strategy at Fortnite, because there is actually a lot of strategy at Fortnite. Just want to pause it here. We wanted to land at. I can't show you the map in this mode, which is actually pretty ridiculous. But we wanted to land at Lazy Links, and when we jumped out of the plane, it went from the bus was going from bottom right to the top left, or north or southeast to northwest. And so this was at the end of the bus, and we so we usually land anything after the 50% mark of the map. We want to land late. This is very important. You usually want to land late in a game that you know that there's less stinking good players. You usually want to land late if you're going for the win. This is the stress point of this video, is that we are going for the win this game. We don't care about anything. We don't care about kills. We don't care about like sick plays. We care about winning, and this is how you get better at the game. So we landed late, and we kind of what we call audible from Lazy to this is hotels. So the reason we did that is because we saw too many people at Lazy. It was too risky of a land, so we audibled here. This is like a below average loot place. I do not recommend landing here normally, but like I said, I'm showing you this game because I think we did some really, really good strategical maneuvers, and you'll see how it is. So we see another team, or we hear them. So immediately, one thing I also do is I'm hitting these little things just to get as much wood and shit as I can early. I'll do the gameplay. So I'm always farming. So because I couldn't build there, I thought I could. So something like this, we're just gonna take it slow. Oh, that's a glitch. That's weird. It didn't like that. So the reason why I played it like that and played that slow is I knew his partner was coming. We hear his partner over here. Nick makes the call out. It's just some typical like tactics, just like keep high ground. I don't really recommend jumping down on people, but I heard him dance. You couldn't hear him dance there, so we decided to do. I decided to jump down and kill him. Like it wasn't a big deal. 1 second. We'll fast forward to this. This is just us farming. So like one thing I also want to say here is you want to farm. So like the optimal strategy in Fortnite is you want to farm at the spot you land, which is why landing zones in the beginning is very important. Like I said, this isn't a good. Look how I'm actually hitting. I'm hitting everything. I'm literally farming everything I can. I am not. We're not moving away from here. We're not risking anything. We are playing a very low risk style, which is how you want to play if you're going for wins. Which I think Fortnite at its best is when you go for wins, actually, and not for kills. So there's more thinking involved. So we make the decision to go to Lazy Links to check it out, and obviously it was hit. Lazy Links is almost always hit. Like, it is one of the most popular places on the map in terms of just like if it will be hit or not. It almost has a 100% rate of if someone will land there or not. It's not 100. It's like 80 or something. You could look at the stats somewhere. See these guys going. So notice I actually like stand still when I shoot a lot, which is like a no-no in almost any shooting game. Because your accuracy means a lot in this game. Where in games like Call of Duty, you actually need to move and shoot, so your accuracy does not decrease. Nick calls up that he hit him a few times too. So as you see, this is kind of like a tactical thing. What you want to do a lot in a duo little skirmish is you have one guy here. One guy, this is like too hard to do. I'll just do gameplay. One guy shoots from a post while the other guy flanks and then gets up close. Um, it's the best way because then you're not just like a sitting duck. This is like an easy kill here. He actually hit me, I remember, like for a lot. Nick like talking shit. This is fucking hilarious. So here's, I think the next fight is when what I wanted to really emphasize here. Again, just farming everything I can. Uh-oh. Little glitch in the system. Okay. And so, you know, the rotation here is just dependent on the storm. Since it's the first circle, there's nothing much to say other than we had to just get in, like, end the story. Like, that's it. So this is season 7. So you'll notice like the skin and everything. So this is very up to date. This was played yesterday, I believe. And again, the reason I'm showing you this is this is like how you get a good win rate. I know we're not on a scrim. We're not in a scrim Discord right now, but I just think this is good for like practicing like good fundamentals of Fortnite from a strategic perspective. If you want to play like a little bit better players, like thinking players are actually going to do strategical things. I think this is where we decide. So a lot of people see this fight. We'll see a fight going on in front of us, which was over here to my right, and rush them because their theory is let's just get the fight, kill them, especially if they're getting the third party, if you're the third party, and take their loot. So mine and Nick's loot, I remember at the time, was like fairly above average. We weren't totally decked out, but I remember thinking to myself like, you know, it could be better. Your loot could almost always be better, like as a rule of thumb in Fortnite. But there's times where you actually don't want to go for the. I'm getting some skipping here. So we decide this is like a huge thing, I think. Other than the fact that weird skip. Other than the fact that that would have been a risky fight, is the storm is far. You don't want to get stuck in the storm. I think like if we went for that fight, I would have no idea the outcome of this game. I don't know if we would win. I don't know if we would lose. I just don't know. Where like this, like the expected value of this play over rushing them is much higher, because there's like no guarantee, even if we get out of that alive, that we're even gonna get better loot and that it's even gonna matter. Your loot has to matter for you to go for better loot. So we're gonna get into a fight here soon. Okay. So see the airplane. This is a new addition to the game. So I nail him a bunch of times. Let's slow it down when he lands. I want to show you some stuff. Nail him a bunch of times. So, oh, we don't fight them here. They run. That was actually a good play. And that's when I realized, okay, we're in a decent lobby. We're in a lobby that kids are actually gonna like, are actually trying. Because in a like a joke lobby, they would just land on us and try to fight us. So literally we know is that this fight's going on. I think we hear it like right now, and we're like, okay, we need to just. So it sounds like boring and bad gameplay, but we don't care about fights or winning them or whatnot. You want to avoid fights if you want to win in Fortnite, okay? I don't care if it's boring. It's the same idea like in poker that you need to play, you don't bluff much and you don't play a lot of hands. It's the same idea of this low variance gameplay. Getting a lot of my computer is so I skipped there. I stopped there because I needed to change my blue SMG to my green SMG. So my loadout, I'm pretty sure, is a silenced AR, a pump shotgun, an SMG, some type of healing. I think I had a mini or maybe like a big pot, and I think my fourth item is are grenades actually. So I did hard peek a little bit there, but I think that in that spot that's okay. He got a very lucky hit in there. Okay, that's my fourth item, the sniper rifle. So notice how I'm rushing this. I'm not playing a pansy ass sit back. Other than the storm, look at this. The storm is coming behind us. That's not the reason I rush him. I rush him because this guy needs to die as fast as possible so we can re-evaluate the game. So I hit him once there, and now I do follow low ground because I know he is not taking. He's not gonna try for the low ground, or he's not pushing the high ground. Okay, so I do drop my SMG here. So now I have rocket, sniper, AR, shotty. So I put it in my mind now that every time I shoot my shotgun, I'm either immediately building, or I'm immediately building, or I'm immediately switching to my one spot, which is my AR. And then I get a really nice rocket here, kill that guy, and then I think we finished the other guy. He was like fooling around. Shit, sorry. He was like fooling around. So I have like 60, 50 health right now, so I have a lot of time, and it's only ticking by one. Yeah, so I don't know what that guy's plan was. So that was an easy kill, and right now our goal is to heal up and just get in. There's still 16 guys left, and this is where I think things get way more interesting because and the end game here is actually a pretty complicated end game I want to get to. So we just do our healing, and I think we're max everything in terms of health. Wait for Nick to tick up, and then we got it, and go back, get some items, get some ammo, and there we go. Alright, so 16 guys left. We see a bunch of fighting. We're at low ground. What is your play here? It is not to charge people, okay? You have the low ground. Everyone's built up. Wow. Getting a lot of lag here. I totally missed it. What is this fucking skipping? Hold on. Let me let the game catch up. So we both missed, which is terrible. That's a free hit right there. Kind of got unlucky that he moved at the last second, but so remember, there's someone here. There's someone here shooting us, so they can easily kill us. Okay? This guy, I'm not gonna want to waste too many rockets, but I just want him to have no build, no structure at all. Okay. And then he gets sniped right there. So now the game plan is different. Okay, so now we're entering the what I call like the small circle zones, where the game is actually very limited in terms of your options here. So we play a very slow campy play style. So you either reinforce your buildings like I did. I've reinforced the bottom, and now we're waiting shit out because there's guys over here behind us and there's guys up front, and our circle is not that small. Okay. So the reason why I'm doing this edit is not to be fancy, is because it keeps my right here, it keeps my defenses against the snipers on the super high ground, and it still allows me to snipe them, and it's safe because they are not hard peeking me. Okay, so I love this play. So I do this. Oh my god, hold on, slow it down. Working. Okay, I do this, okay, and now I let this right here stand. Okay, I'm not reinforcing this. Now we see the guys moving over to the right, which is a very strange move. I think I hit this guy, so I sniped that guy right there. I know what's he gonna do. He's gonna try to get his friend, and I somehow missed this. That's an easy snipe. Like that should be like you should have like a 80% hit rate there. So this is all about just putting pressure, not going overboard with using too much ammo. It's a huge thing. Okay, don't use your Don't use your rockets like crazy, and you want them at late game. This is like semi late game. Okay, this is not hyper late game, or whatever you want to call it. This is not end game. This is just like medium to later in the game. You want your explosives at your last circles, okay? You want your explosives at your last circles when people are moving, when you are forced to move, when the whole eye of the storm moves, okay? So, you notice, we are not moving, we are not doing anything risky here, okay? We are just holding our ground because this is why, I'll tell you why. There's 11 guys left, okay? That's 5-ish other teams, okay? They could be anywhere in here, over here to my right. it's just stupid to rush anyone right now. These guys, if I peek for 1 second, these guys can easily. I didn't wait. I should have waited for the headshot there. Did hit him for 110, and it's always good to like have some kind of damage. So now I told Nick, okay, I played like hundreds of games with Nick. We are like a very well. We know we got each other's backs like a lot. Okay, we know we're always on the same page strategically. So we know that we're not pushing. See, like we don't know where anyone is other than I mean, like we know we have an estimation. We don't have perfect information, and that's why we aren't pushing right now. Okay. That's kind of what I'm stressing here. We have imperfect information, and that's why we're not pushing. Okay. Okay. Now Nick makes a really good call out here. I have to have props to my teammate here. He says, "Listen, they're busy. The circle's gonna close in. Wait, I think it's a little bit later." And he's like, "While they're busy, we need to move." So this is a very like I think this is a very like instructional thing. So we're just waiting out to the second circle. Okay. So this is gonna be like the movement circle. The circle's gonna shrink, and it's gonna move. It's very important. Okay. So we tried to double snipe here, but we got mixed up in the communication. He thought the guys were over here. Or maybe our angles were just weird. I don't know. We tried to double snipe and it just didn't work. It's actually really hard if you both don't have heavy snipers. So we know the team to our right is dead. Okay. So this is when Nick makes the call. Nick is like, "Oh yeah, I got hit here. I can't believe I got hit. I got sniped there actually. It was a really good snipe." But Nick is like, "They are busy," because we heard him fighting. We've heard him fighting over here, and he's like, "Nick, we gotta go now, okay? Because not just because there's 6 seconds left of this circle, but they're busy. So let's get this shit because we saw that gold item. Let's get that shit and let's go." So now we have a lot of shit because now we have a jump pad. So that's gonna come. That could come in late game. Okay. So 9 guys left. Okay. So again, play this very well. What the fuck? He was in a bush? I didn't even think he was in a bush. Like, when I was playing this game, I couldn't remember that. I don't think he was, on my screen at least. So now I'm being a little bit more free with my rockets, but I remember thinking to myself, wow, that's skipping, sorry. Thinking to myself, they are super built up. These rockets are going to do almost nothing. They probably have close to max math. So the strategy here is find the other team, which is they're behind us, and worry about all this shit in the next circle. Okay. Nick spots the guy behind us, which was huge. Okay, that guy was trying to snipe me. And we killed this guy. This is a pretty easy kill. Notice I'm moving behind the cover, so I don't think about those other guys. Oh no, he builds up, I forgot. Hit him there, and then Nick, I think, ends it right there. Okay. So, pretty big moment here. Okay, 5 guys left, there's 3 guys over there, so it's 1v2 over here. How I missed that. Hit him once there. Just want you guys just to pay attention of like the movement and like the mistakes that this team made here. Like how bad of a move that was. That is a losing move. Like you can't. Let's go back. It was so bad. It was just so bad. Like they know that we're here, and they know we're here, and he's still. And it's not even like they know without certainty. And I know he has to move, but like you need to move with cover. This is so stupid. This is just such an easy rocket right here. He has no defense against that. He has no. It's gonna hit. He's mid-air. He's gonna get hit. And then I think we ended. But I just wanted to show you that end game and how terribly they played it and how. I mean, I guess I wouldn't say masterfully. But like we played it how you should play it, and the game didn't go hyper late. It went just somewhat late. Like. That was terrible by them. They need to be building is the most overpowered thing in this game. They need to be building like the entire time they move. just have to be. And then it forces a fight instead of an easy kill right here. It was just like we played it right, they played it wrong. That's all you have to know about that. Hope you enjoyed this video. So yeah, that's basically it.